I'm going to make a stacking ring using Pencil. Pencil is a super easy to use design platform. One of the cool things you can design on here is jewelry. So we're going to start by selecting a template from our ring templates in Pencil. When making a stacking ring, I generally recommend using some of the simpler, slim templates in there because that's going to allow you to get like a nice little dainty ring that you can use as part of a stacking collection. I'm going to go ahead with a slim plain ring. It is the most basic. As you can see, there are a lot of other options in there though that we could use. And what we'll have, great, so now that that's loaded, we can actually change the width and the height of it. I want this to be a little bit bigger, so let's try 1.5 millimeters for the width, and let's make it 1.5 millimeters for the height. No, actually let's not. Let's make it 1.2. Let's make it 1 millimeter. We're going to go back to the original one because that actually looks nicer. I liked how slim and how low profile that was looking. Okay, so the next thing to do when making a stacking ring is to actually pick the stone that we want to go on it. In this case, we're going to make a really basic one, but you could use any types of stones that we have available here. There's a whole range of different shapes and different setting types that you can use. I'm going to start with using a round, and from a size perspective, so you remember we had this ring being pretty thin, so let's go with a 2 millimeter, and you can always change that once you've selected it if it doesn't look right. And I want to do something fun. Instead of a normal diamond, I'm actually going to go ahead and make this let's make it a sapphire stacking ring. Sapphire always looks good on yellow gold too. All right, so you can see that once I've selected it, the stone has appeared on my design. I can move that around, I can move it anywhere I want. Do I want this to be a little bit bigger? Maybe. Let's see what another size looks like. Let's try 2.5 millimeters and see. Yeah. I think that looks a little bit better. Of course, you can play around with this and decide what the perfect size is for you. So again, let's lock that into the top view. You can do some fine tuning after you've placed it. So best thing to do the first time you actually get a stone and select it is to just put it right in the middle there, double click to place. So that's going to lock that in. And now let's just take a look and see if there are any adjustments we should make to it. So I'm going to look at the front here. I'm going to adjust the rotation of that a little bit so I can see that it's slightly off center. And if you zoom in and then hold shift, you can move your camera so we can see that that's just a tiny little bit off. So I'm going to click on that, click on rotate, and I want to use this green one here to just adjust that because I am a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to designs and I want that to be in the perfect position. Okay, great. Let's click the green check mark. Cool, so that is in place there. So we've now got a stacking ring here, a little sapphire stacking ring. What you can do as your next step, this is completely ready to be manufactured and turned into a piece of jewelry now. You can download the STL, which is a fully manufacturable file that can be 3D printed and cast and made into jewelry. Or you can connect directly with jewelers and manufacturers in Pencil to have this made, either as a once-off or to get quantity of it made as part of a jewelry line that you sell.